Ladies and gentlemen, dollars and dollars and dollars and dollars and so much money. But if you can't make a dime, what can you really make? Or how can you do all these things if you can't make a simple dime? Trading is not about understanding everything and building a complex palace with all the information you've known that you're going to sit on and live forever. Many traders come with this. Um, they're misconstruing what consistency is truly about. Now you might be saying, Mark, there's an infinite ways to be consistent. I would agree with that. But if you can't break things down to the smallest levels, you cannot understand the biggest things out there. You see, ladies and gentlemen, the human eye has the ability to see something, light, coming from who knows what's there today, but from a star 200 billion light years away. A light year is 186,000 miles a second. Now imagine going 186,000 miles every second for 200 billion years. It's practically an infinite length, something that is hard to even comprehend. But what if I told you that we could see that light from 200 billion light years away, but you cannot see the bacteria that is on your hand right now, even though that is right in front of your face? The same thing comes in trading, where most traders cannot actually take advantage of the things that are right in front of their face. When it comes to consistent trading, one must break down things on the simplest levels. Otherwise, illusions of grandeur and illusions of what you're actually doing as a trader come into mind. When it comes to trading, this is what trading is for me. This is what trading is for me. Right here is what people think I do. They think I'm some dude on some computer with the phones watching a million charts and this, dressed in a fancy shirt. This is what my friends think I do. They think that I'm just straight up gambling. This is what my mom thinks I do because her little baby just rains money around him. My wife has no idea what I do. She thinks I'm just sitting there looking at a crystal ball. Here's what I think I do, but here's what I'm actually doing. That is who I am. That is what I do. The Newsbeat Bandit program, really, it's just about trying to break things on the smallest levels. But if you think you're going to understand one word I am saying tonight and really understand the psychological gist of where I'm coming at, which will help you interpret and execute these things, you are mistaken unless you downloaded my free ebook. There's a link in the description. Here is our disclaimer. I appreciate you reading this one as well. Okay, let's talk about it. We're stuck with a bunch of meme stocks. I know I had, I don't know, one of maybe my best week this year. It sounds kind of crazy because it was a 4-day week. And I'm not coming here to boast. I'm actually coming here to just show you how stupid and simple it is to make money in the market. I am not saying, am I saying making money in the market is easy? Yes, it's one of the easiest things you'll ever do in your life, or it could be one of the hardest things you'll ever do in your life. It's one of the two. Now, it's the hardest thing you've ever done in your life if you haven't figured out what to do yourself. If you have not figured out what you can do and what you can actually execute on. If you're sitting here thinking like you have to know these all these strategies and setups and candlesticks, and you have to have this full knowledge of everything. That's what Wall Street wants you to believe because that can cost you money. Do you want to buy a 10-page book that will tell you everything that you need to do to make money? Or do you want a 1,000-page book? Now, everybody would say the 10-page book if it worked, right? The 10-page book is more than what you need to make money. Making money is simple once you figure out what you do best. I know it sounds a little out there. I know what you're thinking right now. I've been trading 22 years. I know what difficult trading is. I know in my life when trading was hard, when it was hard to make money. I know what I am saying. I know what I sound like. I know what you must be thinking there. You've probably tried all these systems and whatnot, but the point is, if you cannot make a dime, how can you make dollars? And really, you really don't need to go beyond that. Very, very simple. We have NVIDIA here. Little green takes red on a 2-minute chart coming off the 21. All this talk and jargon. What is he talking about? What 21? What 2-minute? What green take? What are you talking about? You remember the room? I'll give it to you for free. Or I could just demonstrate the strategy because I'm going to show you what happened here. This little move of $1.40, you know, trade like that. I mean, you don't need a lot of money. I mean, a trade like that on a Friday, and I'm talking about Friday now because this was the last day of trading that there was, Friday on June 4th. Little trade like that, if I had a $10,000 account and a little trade like this, I can make 3, 4, 5 grand within minutes. That's the appeal of options. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Options are confusing, they're complex. I like common stock more. Bullshit, you do, because you don't understand what we are trying to do with options. Now, I'm not saying there isn't risk parameters that are different. I'm not saying that that I'm not gonna mimic the same bullshit Wall Street does. I'm not going to mimic the same thing. Well, Wall Street doesn't really talk about options being high risk anymore. They used to, because Wall Street would make more money off you trading common stock than options. That's why it suddenly became more risky. Though you could lose 100% of your money with options. You could lose 100% of your money with stocks. The difference is traders who have psychological. How many of you have? I'll give you an example of what the real power is of options. And just so we're clear, I don't look at the Greeks. I don't look at the theta, beta. Did Kim Kardashian put on a little bit of extra weight? I don't look at all these things. I don't look at all the Greeks. I don't look at all these things. It's just simply a bid, an offer, calls. I'm buying. Stock goes up. Generally, I make money. Stock goes down. Generally, I lose money. Just like common stock is how I trade options. Yes, they're different, but as a generalization, what I am saying is absolutely correct. And I'll tell you, how many people put in a $500 risk, $1,000 risk, and they end up losing a lot more money. And sometimes they double down even harder. Sometimes they get in a lot of trouble. And how many times has that happened to you guys with common stock? With options, even though you could lose 100% of your money, you can choose what 100% is equal to. So if you want 100% to be $200, no matter what, if the company files bankruptcy as you bought it, you're going to lose that $200 most likely. You're not going to lose a penny more. Okay. And the way I approach it is I try to literally reduce. See, the problem is people like to reduce risk by looking, I'm going to put a stop down here and I'm going to put a take profit there. That is the old way of thinking. That's what every single John, Jim, Jane Doe preach on Wall Street. It's bullshit. It decimates the lives of people. Whether you're able to do it correctly, God bless you. If you are, and you are, and that is the gold standard of Wall Street, right? Like you and I don't disagree on that. But let me ask you, why do 98% of traders fail? Tell me. If that's the gold standard on Wall Street and every single trading room promotes that bullshit, explain to me why 98% of people fail. You know what I feel? I feel the best way to manage your risk is to not have risk on the table for a long time. You see, what Wall Street likes to do analogically, and I'm going to explain myself, and this I hopefully will change your life. And again, I'm not sitting here with some phony smile, some phony smile looking at you and saying the Newsbeat show has been brought to you by T3 Live and is also here thanks to viewers like you. Pull out your credit cards and get ready to swipe. Oh, you have a chip reader? You have a chip card? Don't worry, we have the chip reader right there for you. Think about it like this. What Wall Street actually tries to do is they try to tell you to go into the middle of rush hour traffic in Manhattan, and they're trying to like tell you to just dodge cars, like we're just dodge cars, dodge cars. That's what they tell you. You want to know the easiest way to not get hit by a car? Is to not be in the street for as long as you can. That's the easiest way to not get hit by a car. And what Wall Street likes to do is, well, you're going to put your stop here, so you're just going to stick your leg out in the street. And if a car rides by, if one of those crazy taxis ride by and takes your whole leg off, it's just your leg. You have your whole body, you'll live. What if, just in just, I'm talking to you, 22 years of experience, believe me, as if not the most consistent day trader you will ever meet or see in your entire life when it comes to consistency. You will maybe in the Newsbeat live room, like you're talking like the way I see it, my goal at the beginning of the year is I didn't want to have more than 5 red days, 3 to 5 red days. And those red days should be minuscule compared to my winning days. It sounds impossible, right? It does. Doesn't it sound impossible? Now, whether I hit my goal or not is irrelevant. It's the mentality. You should be making money practically every day. And when you lose, it should be minuscule compared to your winning days. The problem with traders is the traders who are consistent have a lot of winning days, and then they'll have one day that wipes out their entire week, month, God forbid, year. Can anyone relate with that? So whatever happened to making more when you win? That's why the whole scam of making 2 to 1 on your money works so well for the psychology of traders. Because you come to traders and you're like, look, you're going to risk 25 cents, you're going to make 50. You're going to risk 50 cents, you're going to make $1. Mathematically, it's indisputable. But do numbers lie? I was told, and you're talking to Math Nerd 101 here. I'm stupid in a lot of areas. Math just happens to not be one of them. Rotating and mathematics are my two specialties. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now, numbers do lie. I'll prove it to you. Don't take my word for everything I'm saying. I don't want you to believe one word I'm saying, and I don't want you to believe anyone else. I want you to make your own decision because I want you to think for yourself. I don't want to have you take anyone else's Kool-Aid. Take the Kool-Aid, go, give a little sniff, give a little sniff. Oh, you want to try a little? Oh, well, this shit tastes good. No, I want you to make your own decision. I don't want you to be a sheep. I don't want Wall Street to lead the herd into where they have to go. I want you to open up your mind. And why? Why do you have to open up your mind right now? Because I'm going to show you something amazing. I'm going to show you something amazing. I'm going to show you something incredible. And if you are not willing to learn, I promise you, no one can help you. And if you are determined to learn the right way to consistency, no one can stop you. And that's what your life is going to be. Your mind is like a parachute, and they only function when you open it. So open your mind for a second and think about what I'm about to tell you and reveal to you, because this might change your life. You know what? Again, links in the description if you're interested. If not, keep your credit card warm in your pocket. I don't give a shit. I don't. I want to truly, genuinely help you. I'm not pitching you. I'm trying to reveal to you the shroud that has been pulled over your eyes. Okay? I'm here to show you what's good for you, not what's good for Wall Street back there. I want to focus on what's good for you. Okay? This little 2-minute bar on NVIDIA here. NVIDIA popped about $3. No, let's forget about. It jumped up $3.67 in 2 minutes off of one of our strategies to go long, pretty much right near the bottom of this green candle. Sounds incredible, right? with very quick scalps, either in options or common stock. Common stock, if you have the money to trade it. If not, options, you could do, there's cheaper ways to do it through the option markets. I'm not telling you to buy or sell anything, but I am telling you this is how you change your life. You see, numbers lie, ladies and gentlemen, not because the math is wrong. If you make 50 cents when you're right, you make 75 cents when you're right, you make $1 when you're right, you lose 25 cents when you're wrong, and here's the caveat. Here's where the punchline, where the lie comes through. And you bet 50%, you'll make money. It's indisputable. I mean, mathematically, for you to lose money on that, you would have to be losing that coin flip so many times that would just be almost mathematically unfeasible. And then your account's just going to keep growing. And I could show you a math equation, and you just keep increasing the money you risk every day based on your profits, and you'll be the richest person in the world by the end of 2021. You'll be richer than Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos combined if you follow this mathematical theory, where you bat 50% and you make 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1. In fact, Kahneman and Tversky from the American Psychological Association posted their report that humans have 2.5 times more psychological damage. As I read the report yourself, this is my interpretation of it. 2.5 times more psychological damage on their losses than benefits from their wins. Meaning that if you are literally batting 2 to 1, according to Kahneman and Tversky, one of who literally created the entire loss aversion principle, you're going to psychologically destroy yourself. If you're actually batting 50-50 with a 2 to 1 risk reward in your favor, you'll make money, but you'll actually psychologically destroy yourself. And that's according to Kahneman and Tversky. And what's interesting, but here's the thing: if you go 3 to 1, you're actually ahead of that 2.5 to 1 curve, but you still have a good chance of doing a lot of psychological damage on the days that you're not betting 50%. So it's very dangerous. So what's the answer? Why are traders struggling? Why are traders failing when we have more information today than we ever had in known human history on how to day trade? We have more information today than we ever had before in day trading. Why do 98% of traders fail? Does anyone care to answer that question, or is it not a sexy question? Do you guys want to do you guys want me to just go back and talk about the video I did on May 21st talking about why Nvidia was a phenomenal swing trade where it closed at $599 and literally 2 weeks later closed on this Friday at $703? I could sit there and highlight that because I don't give a lot of names. I could look really intelligent right now by just sitting there and doing that. And I'm not even right all the time. And I could just sit there and I could focus on it. And I know a lot of people made F tons of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars here, whatever. Fine. Let's sit here. That's all bullshit. I don't need to sit here and, you know, take my good calls and put them on a golden pedestal. I'm not here to be one of those people with the fake smile or the toot toot. Life is so good because I'm me. You ever see that? Hold on. Where's a woman with a fake personality and fake body parts who looks pretty on the outside and is disgusting on the inside to follow me around and make my video look well? Here's a few $100 for you. Psychologically, the way to dominate trading is to put yourself in a psychological advantageous position always. Always. You want to know when you're not you want to know when you're not putting your brain to the test? When you have zero positions on the table. What happens when you have an overnight? What happens when you have an overnight? Are you sitting there looking at the after hours prints? You wake up early, you're looking at where your stock is. If your stock is gapped down, you're like, oh God, it's so painful to look at. And then all of a sudden you stop looking at it. But if your stock is gapped up, you check on it about 5 to 6 times more often than you would check on your stock after the first look if it was gap down. Did you know that? If you bought a stock, does anyone know what I'm talking about? Yeah, right? When your stock is gapped up, you want to see if it'll keep going. This, you're a little excited. When your stock is gapped down, you're like, oh, I'll check it again later. You just want to see the good news. The human body, the human brain is wired for winning. You are not wired for losing. Traders who are able to sustain these phenomenal losses and come out at the end of the tunnel ahead, those are stories you make movies out of. That's not real. That's not 98, 99% of you. Do you get that? You are not built for that. You want to know what you are built for? Quick, easy gratification. That's what you're built for. Quick, easy gratification. That is what you are built for. You need to believe in yourself when no one else will. A positive attitude may not solve all your problems, but it will annoy enough people to make it worth the effort. Because enough people who are telling you that you cannot do this, I promise you, they have no effing clue what they are talking about or who they are talking to. You can't go back and change the beginning. As a day trader, you can't go back and change where you were trading, what you were trading, the losses you might have suffered. You can't go back and change the beginning, but for effing sure, you can start where you are now and change the ending. And that is what I want to reveal to you. I want to reveal to you a new way of scalping, a new way of getting to that next level, a new way to change your life. You know, they say when life gives you lemons, make lemonades. I don't believe in that shit. When life gives you lemons, freeze them and throw them as hard as you can at the faces of the people making your life difficult and get them out of your way so you can psychologically prosper as a trader. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. If you think you are too small to make a difference, if you think you're too small to make a difference as a day trader with whatever account you're trading at, try sleeping with a mosquito. If you think you're too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. And I'll tell you this, if you are able to believe in Santa Claus for like 6, 7, or 8 years while you are growing up, you can believe in yourself for like 5 minutes. And you know what's going to help you believe in yourself? The ability to make money. That's going to change your life. So let's see. Let's see. NVIDIA, where are all these meme stocks going? Well, we were showing you something recently where the biggest short stocks, like Workhorse, and they have like big short floats and everything, like Workhorse and Clover Health and all these names that like are just so heavily shorted. We were talking about them on that day early last week, and they all exploded. Let's go over some of them. Workhorse literally hit $18.33. I think we did the video on Wednesday. It was at 11 and a half bucks. It literally went up like 60, 70% the next day after we did that video. Kind of insane. Kind of insane. Let's go through some of the other names here. Clover Health, another one that exploded up to 1046 and pulled back. I'm telling you right now, these meme stocks may not be over. I know a lot of you are watching AMC. Do you guys want me to show you what you don't realize about AMC? I have no idea. It's Sunday night. AMC was gapped down $4.19 at the close. All right, so I'm talking $4.19. Do you guys want to hear my thoughts on AMC? Do you guys want to hear this shit? Because the Bears might not like what I have to say. Nobody likes bears. They say bearish people are un-American. I just think they're pessimistic people. All right. Hey guys, we're going to have a beer. Do you want to go hang out with the bullish crowd, the people who are buying stocks, or do you want to go out with the people who think all the stocks are overvalued and they're shorting them? Which crowd do you want to hang out with, guys? I'm going to draw two lines on AMC, and I'm going to show you something incredible. Keep in mind, as I do this video, AMD was gapped down over 4 points, over 10% after hours on Friday. Watch this. Da 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 da. 6-3 to 6-4 top. Thursday top to Friday top. Da 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 da. Thursday low to Friday low. Da 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 da. Chance of resolution 100%. Forced resolution by tomorrow. Okay. Now it's gap down 10%. I'm not saying it's going to gap up tomorrow morning. All right. I have no position. I took Tesla calls overnight, as I alluded to on the weekend. I'll tell you right now, if you're ready for this, I'm going to give you the exact math. If AMC tomorrow can hold $46.17, 46.17, you're able to hold that level, and you want to know where I think this stock is going to go? I'll tell you. Let's see. 2703. 46.17. Next stop will be $73.20 if you could hang above 46.17. Is that a bold enough call? And once you get there, we'll start talking new numbers as well. We're talking from here. Is that a bold enough call for you? The problem, here's the problem. I'll tell you the problem right now in America. There's so many, right? Where do you start? I'll tell you the problem in America when it comes to the stock market and crypto. The problem is people are using fundamental analysis without taking into effect hyperinflation, which should be and is a part of fundamental analysis. It's economic analysis of hyperinflation. Do you guys think that we're going to get more stimmy checks? Yes or no? How many of you think we're getting more stimmy checks? It's an opinion. How many of you think we're getting more stimmy checks? Okay. We need to print trillions of dollars. We're going to still print trillions of dollars. You guys are delusional if you're saying no. I don't know. I don't know what you're smoking, but holy shit, make sure there's closed whiteout bottles. Make sure all the whiteout bottles around you seal tight with the cap shut. Look, whether it happens or not, I don't know. You're right. Maybe it doesn't happen, but I will tell you right now, we're looking to pass trillions of dollars in infrastructure bill. When you keep printing money larger than the size of Apple, the publicly traded company Apple, when you start creating companies the size of Apple and larger with like that, you get what's called hyperinflation. Now, hyperinflation is not an opinion. Hyperinflation is not an opinion. Did you know? Did you know something about hyperinflation? Did you guys know what they're doing to candy bars? See, what they're doing to candy bars is they're actually reducing the weight of candy bars. They're actually reducing the weight of candy bars. They're making them way less instead of jacking up the price. And it's one of the most direct forms of hyperinflation that you'll ever see in your life. And almost nothing is a better look at hyperinflation than actual candy bars. And I'm going to show you it right now, and I'm going to prove it to you right now. It sounds crazy. So here's, and the sizes are still going down. They try to look at it every 4 years. So for anyone who doesn't say size matters, when it comes to buying something like this, it does. Okay? Your Snickers bar, your Snickers bar, a 4 pack of Snickers in 2014 was 232 grams. It's 167 grams in 2018 and still on the decline. The size of your Snickers bars, you ever wonder, do you remember buying candy as a kid? Do you remember what a Three Musketeers bar looked like as a kid? That thing was always the biggest chocolate bar in the entire place, right? I mean, I grew up in the ghetto, so nobody knew what Toblerone was, but like Three Musketeers was like the biggest bar, remember? It was like effing huge. Huge. Wasn't as good as the Snickers, but you got more for the same price. Toblerone, 25% smaller. And the prices on them, some of them went slightly up as well. Twix, 20% drop. I mean, I've never eaten a Jaffa cake. It sounds, I don't know what the hell it sounds like. Never had that. Never had Hobnobs, Yorkies, Kit Kat Crunch Chunky. I've never had that one. 48 grams to 40 grams. A Yorkie milk chocolate. Never had that. Twix Fun Size. You could just see they're literally crushing. Your Kit Kat bar got smaller. They're literally, instead of just straight up jacking up the price, they're literally playing a psychological game on you. Because if the price of your chocolate bar went up, you wouldn't want to buy it. But nobody is crazy enough to look at how many grams of chocolate there are in the package. I mean, do I have to get into what's happening with potato chips? The same thing is happening with that. You still get the same size bag. There's so much air inside your potato chip bag now when you open it, it literally farts right in your face. It's like you got this big bag of chips. It's like, I'm going to open it. It's like, it's like, oh, there's like bag this big and like you got like that many chips. It's like, what happened? And your girlfriend's like, oh, what is that? Did you fart? No, I opened up a bag of chips, baby. The chip bag farted right in my face because it's mostly empty. Everything is hyperinflating. So what I was saying, and again, I literally made a video, you could look it up, Newsbeat show video on May 12th where I called the bottom of the entire market when the market looked like this. And I basically said right then and there that we bottomed. And ever since then, the Qs and spiders have done nothing but gone up. Now at the moment, I'll make the next prediction now. 422.82. Um, Nobody is talking about it. How many of you guys knew the S&P and the spiders made an all-time high on Friday? How many people were aware of that? That the spiders made an all-time high on Fridays. Nobody's even like talking about it. Well, you Newsbeat members know, right? A lot of people were. Maybe some of you listening know, but a lot of people aren't talking about it. It's like, shh, we made all-time highs. It's funny because the triple Qs are not there yet. And there's a good reason for that. We'll go over that right now. The all-time high in the triple Qs is $342.80. We're not far from it. We're about 7 points away. Not like 2-3% away. But what's going to happen is we're going to continue under our structure of continued hyperinflation. And I'll tell you right now, short of some massive corporate tax policy that's just going to short term scare people, in my opinion, we're not even looking at the same market anymore. We're not looking at the same market anymore. I don't think we're going to be cyclical like we have been in the past, short of like natural disasters happening. And nobody wants to talk about it or admit it. But COVID-19 was the greatest thing that the US stock market has ever experienced. COVID. COVID-19. Nobody likes to talk about that. Hmm. Oh well. Oh well. So I think it was just the spiders. The S&P might have missed it, right? Yeah, the S&P 500 was 4238.04. Right, and we hit we didn't get there on the S&P 500 yet. Right, right, right. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, is the market is continuing up, and I think with the type of moves that we've been having, you don't even need to worry about it. Because if you can just focus on making a dime, making that quick buck, I think life is easy. So I just want to tell you before anybody tells you what they think about trading, there's this place called the Newsbeat Live Room. We literally have a room with traders. We have a full-time room and we have a bandit room where traders just literally come in for an hour, trade, and log off. Trading does not have to take over your life. Trading does not have to destroy you financially. I have seen enough people succeed where I know I really have never met anybody in which I did not think could succeed as a trader. The real question is, are you able to get past yourself? Are you able to get past, are you able to make, I'll make numbers up, $1,000 on a trade? Watch the stock shoot up where you could have made 20,000 if you held your position and not feel bad about that. Are you able to do that? Are you able to do that? Because I feel that's what trading is about. That's what trading is about. I don't believe, I have a different approach. Again, use your own judgment. I do not believe trading is about maximizing your winners. I don't believe it's, I do believe it's sort of cutting your losing short. I believe that traders feel like a train ran over their faces at the end of the day when they're sitting there trading all day. I feel I feel that trades should be chronologically based on time as opposed to on stops and take profit levels. That is my theory. I know it's different than anyone on Wall Street. Nobody on Wall Street has copycatted me as far as I know yet. They will in the future. We are creating the new gold standard in trading, whether you realize it or not. Trading is about time spent in the market and in a trade. Now, for some people, they do it better than others. So everyone's different. But for most people, I have seen astronomical amounts of success based on what I'm saying. And that may or may not be you, but you won't know that answer until you give it a real fair try. And that is the point I'm making. Crush it on technicals, crush it on news flow. That's what I'm looking forward to this week. From the bottom of my heart, I really hope you guys have a wonderful trading week next week. I hope you make tons of money. I love you all immensely. That's why I put my passion and whatever you see me put into these shows. These aren't scripted shows. These are just coming straight from the heart. I love you guys immensely. Happy trading, make money. See you guys next time on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast.